Hi there, it's Roger V, and in this short video we're going to show you how to use the gallery. Now the good news is this is not complicated, so don't be intimidated by any of this. There's a couple mistakes that people frequently make, and it's simply because they're not looking in the right place. Now that isn't your fault. Some of the user interface is less than ideal, and some of it's just a little complicated. We're at the edge of making things simple, and we have to kind of choose this balance between making it super simple for everybody to use and yet still making it powerful enough to do what people want it to do. So we're going to show you how to use it, and it's pretty simple. You just have to know where to look more than anything. And we'll also show you how to solve these problems. So if you have images that are not showing up, we will show you how to solve that, what the two most likely mistakes are, and also the icon settings, how to adjust that if you want. So first of all, let me show you what the gallery kind of is and can do. So the gallery is typically a photo gallery, and it can be used for products, it can be used for really however you want to use it. In this case, we've got a loan modification software website, and they want to use it to show some of the sample documents that they're going to help you generate, that their software is going to help you generate. So this is what it looks like. These thumbnails are all generated on the fly. You do not have to generate them. You just upload the main document, and our system just crops it on the fly to the middle of the page. On this one here, this is our website. We've just got lots of example websites, and on this one, of course, we've got something interesting. Humans like photos. However, Google doesn't know what those photos contain. So Google always prefers text, and this is really important because if you have a gallery that doesn't have any text in it, then Google's never going to direct any traffic to it because it doesn't know what those pictures are. It doesn't know that that's relevant. So in this case, we've done something crafty, which is we've told Google, okay, this is all about the liposuction of the chin and neck, and then we also have the photos here, and that can extend all the way down. In addition, on any of these, if you click on the picture, it's going to bring it right up, right? So you can call it up down here in the bottom left. You can go to the next picture. You can go close this to the bottom right. In this case, we have something also which is useful for certain industries, which is mouse over, right? In this case, we wanted to show the difference. Look at this woman's chin. She had liposuction of her neck and chin, and we have permission to show this patient. And so the before and after mouse over is a pretty powerful way if you want to show some information lined up. Anyway, let's get to actually uploading an image. It's pretty simple. So in the control panel, oh, and also by the way, this top bar up here only appears when you are logged in. So right now I'm logged in as master admin, and I can see everybody. But point being is your clients are not going to see that. Okay, so. In the back end, we are going to go to gallery right here, and there you can see the existing gallery. You can also see the galleries, right? So in this case, they only have one gallery. They only have one gallery, and it's called sample documents. In the case of Swift Web Designer, in our case, that's Swift Web Designer, recent work, we've got a bunch of galleries. And so this is where you would set those up. If you wanted to have different kind of categories, then you would set that up here. In this case, we're going to add a new one, so we're just going to go straight to adding a new one. We're just going to add it to that existing. And what you're going to do is add a title here. Now that title is exactly what's going to show right there. Cover letter is the title. Okay? So we're going to call this X for now because I don't know what the title is. Subtitle is what appears once you click on the image. Right here, this information right there, this is inserted automatically if you have a before and after picture or a mouse over image. If you do not, then this is just the subtitle. Okay, so we're going to put in X. Notice it generates the permalink automatically. Now here is mistake number one that people make all the time. One is they forget to check which gallery it's going to go into. And if you don't check it, the system doesn't know that you want to put that into that gallery, and so it'll do nothing. So that is mistake number one that causes people's images to not show up. The second one is a little more crafty, and you just have to know where to look. As soon as we click that add new image, we can go here. Now if we already have an image uploaded, you can upload from URL. You can go to Media Library if you've already uploaded it. In this case, I have. If you have from computer, you just click this. It's going to bring up a browser, right? And eventually you're going to get to the same exact screen. As soon as that uploads, you're going to get to a screen that looks exactly like this. Now here is where almost everybody gets this wrong. What they do is they go to Save All Changes. That is what you'd think would be the obvious choice, but it's not. Instead, we have to insert into post, right? If you click Save All Changes, it will not work, right? It's not gonna. It just is gonna save the image to your media folder, but it's not gonna save it into your gallery, which means it's not gonna show up. So we go here, leave it on full size unless you want to generate, unless you want your gallery to actually include a small image, which I don't really recommend. In this case, we're gonna have a full size image, and we don't have to worry about alignment. This won't really matter. None of this stuff is actually going to matter. For SEO reasons, alternate text and stuff like that, when you're uploading images, you should have alternate text in there relevant to what your keywords are, and you shouldn't do real keyword stuffing. You should just have one or two focused keywords. So you could put in loan modification, something like that here. In this case, because it's in the gallery, I'm not going to do that. And then we just click Insert into Post. Now what's going to happen is sometimes nothing, right? Don't worry, nothing broke. You just basically WordPress doesn't know what to do next. So we're going to close this manually, right? So you just click that little close icon, then you hit publish. Notice I did not put in a roller over image, I did not put in a video. If you wanted to put a bunch of thumbnails of videos, what you do is define the thumbnail image, then you would put the YouTube or iframe URL here and go from there. Now, for whatever reason, this came unchecked. So when I go here, it's not there. Instead, I need to go back here. I need to check that box. I need to click Update. Now I'm going to hit F5. You can always do that to refresh the page. That just reloads the document, right? So I'm going to hit F5. Okay, so we have a mistake here, and this is possibly a WordPress bug, or it could have been a user error and I missed something. But long and short of it is we should see, by the time this page reloads, we should see the featured image right here. It says Set Featured Image. It shouldn't say that. It should instead show me a little tiny icon of the featured image. So I'm going to go back here and put this in again. Now I know this is not ideal. However, this code here is based on WordPress. I'm sure it'll be updated in the near future. We will continue to work on it. We're going to click Use as Featured Image. We're going to let it save, let it get all the way to the done, and let that thing move over. Then we're going to close it. Then we're going to hit Update. Okay, here we go. This is now going to work. This is exactly what should be showing. It should be showing me a tiny thumbnail, and if I wanted to remove it and swap it out for something else, of course I could use this. Now when I go here, hit F5. Okay, and there's our image. Now the first time you load a gallery page, sometimes it's a little slow, and the reason is because it's A, downloading a bunch of images, B, it's also generating these thumbnails on the fly. What'll happen is that gets cached on your site, and so successive times that you look at it, your website will be faster and your gallery will load faster. Next, I want to show you really quick, just in a basic sense, how to change the look and feel of this page. What you do is you scroll way down to the very bottom left of your control panel, and you go to open to Swift CMS, click on Galleries, and everything you can control is within this section. This is where you set the size of the thumbnails. This is where you can basically determine whether or not you're going to have text. I'll show you how to line that up in a second. And that is very useful for when you want to do something like this. You could have the pictures on the top, the left, the right, the bottom, whatever you want to do, but it is important to tell Google some text, what the gallery is about. I'll show you two different ways to do that actually. And then this is just your sidebar, right? So in this case of this gallery, I have no sidebar, and that's where that's defined. Whoops, and that's where that's defined. Last little bit, just a common thing, if you are setting this up and if you're adding your gallery to your website or you're adding an additional gallery, the way that you add it to your navigation menu, right, sample documents, this is how that got there, is you go to Appearance and then you go to Menus, just scroll down to the bottom, and here's your galleries. And really what you want are to go to the very bottom and click this and just click Add to Menu. I'm not going to do it because it's already added, but that's where you click. So scroll to the very bottom. This is if you wanted to link to a specific item of the gallery, which I do not recommend. I wish we could close that. Well, we can close it, but I wish I could disable it because there's really no reason that I've seen that anybody would want to do that. But anyway, this is where you would link to that actual gallery. Thanks for your attention. It's a simple system. You just got to be a little bit patient with it, but once you set it up, it'll serve you well. If it's not doing something that you need it to, let us know and we'll update this blog page. Thanks. Bye.